I'm Anne Carolyn Bird, the Executive Director of Urban Arias, and I'm so pleased to be here today with Susan Kander, composer, and Roberta Gumbel, soprano and librettist, and they are the creators of Driving While Black, which Urban Arias is creating a film adaptation of this year as part of our digital virtual season.
Susan, having become such a good friend, invited me whenever I came to New York, and we come once a year. I started to stay in her guest room. And so we sat around and had lots and lots of breakfast and dinner conversation. And we had a conversation about my son getting close to driving age and the natural fears that any African-American mother has in this country right now. We've all heard about the talk that we Black parents have to have with their children that are driving or out being social in any way. And so it's not a fantasy, it's not an exaggerated idea in this world, that it is very much a reality. I just started writing and she just started pulling and asking for more or asking for shapes and changes, and then she chose the shape, the musical shape. And then the pieces that I wrote, she fit where she wanted them.
I think after a certain point in time, it became, once we both understood what the shape was going to be, and I'm not at all embarrassed to say that we definitely took from Anna Devere Smith's groundbreaking theatrical style, but which we'd never seen applied to opera. And once we understood that was going to be how it went, then I think it suddenly kind of in a flash morphed from a chamber music song cycle into an opera. Anybody who wants to take this and run with it and create something new and bring something new to it and imagine it in a completely different way, provided they do the thing that's on the paper, that's on the page, I think we're both really excited to see what other people will bring to it.
Shots fired as a young man dies with his child in the back seat.
I'm here today with the people making the music for this film adaptation that we're doing. We have soprano Karen Slack, who is busy with many, many projects this year. We're so happy to have her with us, her powerful, beautiful voice. And a familiar face at Urban Arias, Robert Wood, our founder and artistic director, who is conducting the piece.
lived in Kentucky, my husband and I, and we got pulled over by the police. My immediate response was to grab my phone and put on my voice memo and record and sit it right there. This was like this was 5 years ago. 5 years ago. That was the first thing. I was like, okay, so if at least, and this is before Philando Castillo, this is before, all that, but so it's really close to me, but as an artist, although it's close to me, it's not my story. I have to tell the story.
Every time you leave, I'll try to let go a little more.
We met in Arizona Opera doing Yardbird, the opera that I guess Philly premiere did. Daniel Schneider was the composer. I knew I had to work with Duval because the way he transformed that piece for me as not only an artist, a part of the piece, but as also an audience member, because when I'm not on the stage, I'm oftentimes in the theater watching the process. And so I was like, oh, he's a tremendous artist and I have to work with him.
Part of the challenges are for the way that Susan and many other composers write, it's very complicated on the page, and yet the emotion that they are conveying with it is quite pure and not necessarily, it's multifaceted, but it's not necessarily as complicated as what it looks like. And so the challenges for scores like this is to bring those voices, and that these things where the rhythm is very tricky and the pitches are tricky, and to have that all come out and sound like it's natural. It's the way that you would convey that emotion and that text.